I have 10 years of full-time teaching experience and 25 years of teaching faculty experience. I have taught over 60 subjects at institutes all over India with a combined experience of 30 years of classroom teaching. I have worked for 27 years with Bank of Maharashtra, of which 13 years as branch manager and years as full-time faculty member in the staff's training course. I have done my MPM, Masters in Personal Management, and PGDFT, postgraduate diploma in foreign trade from Pune University. I have obtained my MCom degree with banking and LLB from Karnataka University. My professional qualifications include CAIIB, Certified Associate of Indian Institute of Bankers. I have also done a course in Project Planning and Management, PPM, from University of Bradford, United Kingdom. I am a SEBI certified resource person for investor awareness programs. I have passed the MP models, Association of Fund of India. I have presented and published over 10 research papers in different conferences, and case studies written by me have been published by NIBM Pune and ACDL Pune. Articles written by me have been published in various in-house magazines. I have also written over 20 self-learning materials for postgraduate students of distance learning institutes and open universities. In this brief background, I welcome you all for this presentation on customer service, significance of customer service in fashion industry. See, this customer service is a very common subject, not only for the fashion industry, but also for various industries. So, a hearty welcome to you all for this webinar. So, this customer service concept is universally applicable. Customer service is significant to any business. Also, it is significant to fashion industry. The concept of customer service, by and large, same for all business. Significance of customer service is very high in service sector such as fashion industry. All of us buy innumerable products and we are the customers of somebody. So if we analyze our own behavior as customers, we can know a lot about customer service. So evolution of customer service. Once upon a time, people never used to wear clothes. People felt the need to protect against external hazards. They started covering their bodies with leaves and tree trunks and with animal skin. So after the civilization began, people realized they could view clothes from a plant source. So as a fashion designer, you should be aware of the history of fashion, and it has become a statement of status. So I am taking you to a picture, usual situation in a fashion boutique. Normally they are very large, having different departments for garments, women garments, children garments. So this one particular scene, there are two persons you can see. Make out who is the customer and who is the customer. The one looking at the product is the customer. And what the staff is doing? One is looking at the product, the staff is looking at the customer. Why? Because she wants to see the mood of the customer, whether the customer has liked the product or not. From the body language of the customer, you can make out or not, and if she has not liked, you can show another product. If she has liked the product, you can explain the benefits of the product and you can convince her to buy it. So from this you can make sure that it is body language is more important. Not that seller is talking to her is not important. Body language of the customer and also body language of the seller. So in customer service, non-verbal language is very important than the verbal language. When you attend to your customers, speak are less important. Non-verbal language, that is body language, is more important. How you say is more important than what you say. You must improve your body language. For example, your eye contacts, your facial expressions, your shake hands, your poise, your movements. Your body language should suggest that you are pleased to attend to your customers. And as far as your conversation with customers is concerned, you have to keep it short and simple. So customers are the backbone of the business organizations, irrespective of it is a fashion boutique or bank or cloth shop or grocery shop. Customers possess the power to make or break any organization, irrespective of its nature and size. You forget your customers and you are out of business. So it is necessary to take adequate care of them, at the same time increase their number. So you have to retain the existing customers and attract new customers. Due to changing needs of the customers, expectations, and changing technology, there is need for change in the approach of the service providers towards service. No organization can exist without customers. Therefore, you should know your customer, know your industry. Complaints from the customers should be treated as a guide for our improvement. And the customer service is our real capital. When you talk about know your customers, know his her name, his her contact details like phone number, email ID, so that you can send what is want, you can send information to them. The family details. Your aim should be to convert the family into customers. Know his or her likes and dislikes. Offer a product which he likes or she likes. Know about his or her profession, occupation or business. People buy the products as per their profession also many times. Income or budget, so that you can offer the product within her budget. You should know her past dealings and your experience with you. Their lifestyle. AIOD model. You should know the activities, interests, opinions and demographic about the customers. So imparting customer service skills, so is a bit of fashion technology. Always gives a practical training to its students of fashion design. It is a 3 years course, bachelor in science. So we are adopting 360-degree approach for imparting knowledge. Where visits to the showrooms, visits to the factories where the textile is manufactured, and visits to various industry exhibitions. Classroom training through field visits, role plays, practical assignments and case studies. We give them scope for exploring their own hidden talent. Endowed with different talents, so we also blossom their own hidden talents. So we at Suryadatta impart customer service skills towards the beginning. You may be a good designer, but if you don't have good customer service skills, then you will not be able to sell your product. So to sell your product, you have to make a proper presentation to the customers. You have to convince the customer. You have to persuade him. If you compare Dr. Manmohan Singh and Narendra Modi, for example, Manmohan Singh is more qualified compared to Narendra Modi. But Modi is more popular because of his customer service skills. For voters as his customers, he tried to interact with the customers. His communication skill with the voters make him more popular compared to Manmohan Singh. So that's the importance of communication skills in customer service. We impart communication skills in a very practical way. People are involved in group discussions. The topics are given on very current affairs. Various topics are given for discussions and debates. Role plays are used. Most of our alumni are well played in reputed organizations. There is a long list like Van Hussein, Central Malls, Amanora Malls. So you can find our students everywhere. So you should be able to do the analysis of customers. So we have got large number of customers. Even though technically all customers are equally important, there are 3 categories of customers. A category is such that the number of customers are few, but they contribute more volume of business. it is said that 20% of the customers contribute for 80% of the business. So naturally, we have to take care of this A category customers. We have to offer them personal service so that they continue with us. A B category's number is comparatively large compared to A, and their business is less compared to A category business. And C category customers are large number of customers, but their contribution to our business is very low. We cannot ignore them, but at the same time, we should contribute more for the A and B. We have to concentrate more on A and B type of customers because together they account for about 90% of the business. So this is ABC analysis of customers. I should know who are my top 10 customers. You should also know about the customers' habits. For example, internet users. You should have enough data about various aspects. For example, in India, 462 million, it means more than 46 crore people use internet as of 2017. Now we come to 2020, it might be around 70 crores. So then you should know how to utilize this internet, e-commerce, digital marketing to reach to our customers. Then you should also know about your industry because the customer coming to you, some of them may be very knowledgeable. They may be aware of various brands, various competition brands. So you should have knowledge about not only about your company, but also your other competitors, overall industry. What is the total size of the business, entire industry? Who are the major players in the industry? What is the market share of major players? What is your market share? It doesn't matter even if it is 0.001%. Everything starts from zero only. But at least you should know where you stand and where you want to go. Who are the popular brands? Who are your immediate competitors? What is the future scope of the industry? And where do you see yourself after 5 years or after 10 years? If it is 1% now market share, how much you expect it to be after 5 years? So all this plan you should have, and you should visualize about yourself, where you stand after 5 years. What will be your market share? For example, these are the major brands in cloth. So you should be aware of these brands. These are, I've taken list of top 10 brands, but you can be aware of more than that. So that is about study about the industry. You should have about thorough knowledge about your own industry. So in customer service, first of all, you should know the meaning of a customer. Who is a customer? Many of us think that a person who buys the goods from us is a customer. Traditional definition. Who is purchasing a product from you is a customer. The customer is also a customer. Person entering the premises of the organization is a potential customer. He may not buy, but he wants to buy. So a casual visitor to the premises for a casual inquiry or for window shopping is also a customer. When he sees a product in the window, he may be attracted and he may enter the shop and he may buy it. A consumer is one who consumes goods and services is also a customer. Consumer is also a customer. Sometimes customer is different, consumer is different. Buy the product for his son. Father is the customer, son is the consumer. So we have to satisfy both the people. And we have to attract the customers, we have to follow this AIDA model. AIDA stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. It means you have to catch the attention of your customers. Maybe merchandising, by display of your products. And then you should generate their interest in your product. You should find that there is something new in your product. Then once they have got attention, they have got interest, they develop desire for your product. And that desire will be converted into action of buying. Then they think buying the product. So what you can do to catch the attention of your customers? Create interest among them. How can you create desire in them to buy your product? Creatively. So you should be aware of the stages in which your business goes. First of all, customer wants to buy something which he needs. If you want to sell something to the customer, you should know what he needs. You have to identify need requirement. Secondly, customer collects a lot of information before buying something. Suppose he wants to buy a dress, he may think of 2-3 different brands. He starts collecting information. So he does research. So your company should be part of his research. Only you can think of buying from you. When he collects information from 3-4 brands, he will evaluate alternatives, maybe in terms of price, suitability, novelty. Then he will buy one product and he purchases that. After purchasing also, if he is not satisfied with that decision of purchase, he is not satisfied with your product, then he will not come to you again. And it will become a bad publicity problem. So whether he liked your product or not, was he happy with your product or not, that also you have to analyze. That is post-purchase behavior. So need for customer service. Retain the existing customers, attract new customers through the satisfied customers. The satisfied customer is a free and effective advertisement. A satisfied customer is the best advertisement. A customer is the worst advertisement. A lost customer is lost forever. If you don't take care of your customers, the customer has the choice of other designers. Then you will go to other designers. What are the factors which affect customer service? Demands and needs of the customers, service provider, job knowledge of the staff. Staff should be able to give information needed by the customer. Attitude of staff towards service, motivation of staff, systems and procedures, customer service project, grievance procedure, philosophy of the top management, and staff accountability regarding customer service. Things which affect customer service, you should take care of these factors to give effective customer service. What are the needs of the customer service? Suppose if you want to satisfy a customer, you have to fulfill his needs. What does he need? You have to step into the shoes from the customer point of view and analyze his needs. He needs a reasonable price. Think that you are charging reasonably, he will come back to you. To pay your profit, but you should not exploit them. You can charge reasonable profit, then the customer will come to you. Then you have to give quality product, service, accurate measurement, so that the product fits to his size. You have to see proper guidance, especially regarding use of that product, regarding ironing instructions, washing instructions, proper or correct information about the product, and service. Suppose there is any mistake in the product, you should be ready to rectify it, repair it, or replace the product. So I visited New York showroom of the international brand Zara during June 19. So if you any showrooms, you can see either certain things are good or certain things are bad. So naturally, whatever is good from the other competitors or other showrooms, you can imitate them, implement in your own showroom, so that so whatever bad things are there, from that you can learn, you can avoid those things. So the best way to learn customer service is to you yourself visit different showrooms as a customer and find out how they are giving customer. What is the good point in them? What is bad point in them? So by giving visit to various showrooms of the reputed brand, you'll be able to learn so many things about practical customer service. So this is the showroom of Zara in New York, which I visited during June 2019. Now, customer is having a specific behavior. So that consumer behavior itself is a subject. We should be able to analyze his behavior. Consumer behavior refers to the mental and emotional process and the physical activities of the people who purchase and use goods and services to satisfy particular needs and wants. So every fashion designer should study the subject of consumer behavior and the factors affecting the behavior. This will help the fashion designer to understand the psychology of different customers and to serve them appropriately. So naturally, what are the factors affecting consumer behavior? I will not go in detail, but there are certain factors like age, gender, occupation, income, etc. There are also demographic factors. There are psychological factors like personality, attitude, beliefs, motivation, brand image. There are some social influence like cultures, festivals, reference groups, family way, Geographical aspects are there like climate, rural, urban, metro, marketplace behavior, and customer relations. That is, some people come frequently, some people come very rarely, some are loyal customers. So these are the factors which affect consumer behavior. So you can apply these factors to find out how consumers behave and how we can serve them better. So what are the expectations of customers? If you can match the expectation of the customer, you can satisfy him. The service you give should be more than his expectation. Then he will be a delighted customer. So what are the expectations of the customers? Value for money, fitness for use, conformance to standards, offer instructions regarding usage of the product, offer guidance in selecting a product, service with a smile, service with personal touch, after sale service, replacement in case of defaults. These are the customer's expectations. Out of these expectations, how many expectations you can fulfill? If you fulfill all these expectations, then actually customer will be delighted. So when you compare your service to the expectation, there are three situations. Situation number one, service is less than expectation. If the service you give is less than the customer's expectation, there will be customer dissatisfaction. And the service you give matches with the expectation of the customer, then the customer will be satisfied. That is the customer satisfaction. When the service you give is more than the customer expectation, then there will be customer delight. Okay? It is very difficult to achieve the third stage, but at least we can aim for second stage. Because customer expectation is like a shadow. You cannot overtake your shadow. Service cannot exceed the expectation. So if you reach his expectation, he will increase his expectation. So his expectation is not static. He keeps on increasing. So we can explain this with the help of these three diagrams. Okay. The first diagram, expectation, red item is expectation, this green item is actual. In the first situation, customer's expectation is more than what actual service you are giving. It means in this situation, customer will be dissatisfied. So you should be able to increase the green portion to match the red portion. That is the scope for improvement. The gap between the expectation and the actual, that is gap analysis. So you should do the gap analysis to find out what is the difference between the customer's expectation and what is your actual. So once you bridge the gap, your actual service is equal to the customer's expectation, then the customer is satisfied. And if you can try and exceed your service more than the customer expectation, then the customer will be delighted customer. So our aim will be to reach from dissatisfaction to satisfaction to customer delight. So if you want to convert a dissatisfied customer into a satisfied customer, you should know the reasons for dissatisfaction. Why the customer is dissatisfied? So these are some of the reasons: delay in service and decision making, rude behavior, inaccuracy and deficiency in service, faulty decisions and advice to the customers, undisciplined staff, emphasis on letter of law and not spirit of law, lack of flexibility in rules, excessive service charges, apathy and insensitivity towards customers, uninformed, incompetent and untrained staff, not attending the phone calls, emails, SMSs. So these are the reasons. So when you try to remove these reasons, then the customer will be satisfied. There will be no scope for him to complain against you. So to become a successful fashion designer, you need to have certain traits, certain qualities. What are those qualities? All are born certain qualities, born qualities. But even if you don't have these qualities, they can be acquired. So in Suryadatta Institute of Fashion Technology, we try to impart these skills in our students and aim for their all-round development. We arrange interviews of the successful fashion designers. We invite them as guests to us. We organize fashion shows so that the material prepared by our own students, they are displayed during fashion show. We are organizing alumni meets so that our present students can meet with the past students. They can share their experiences. They can also get chance to work as for their projects, summer projects, as interns in their companies. So with this, we try to impart the traits in them. We try to analyze what traits they are lacking and how to improve them. And improvement can take place gradually. But you have to keep on trying. You have to trust yourself. You should have self-confidence that you can acquire the traits, and you have to practice. So only when you start practicing to get the traits. So our course is a 3 years course. First year itself, we try to identify their lacunas, what skills they have got and what skills they lack. So in the skills which they lack, we try to impart those skills over a period of 3 years, gradually. So when they finish the course, then they will be ready with all these traits to become a successful fashion designer. So what are the traits? Customer service orientation. Extrovert, it means he is social and talkative. To be a businessman, you need to be talkative. You should be able to talk to your customers. So introverts cannot be a successful businessmen. Looking from customer's point of view. Whenever you may be liking particular color, you may not like black, but there are customers who like black. So you cannot tell that black is not good. So you should look at the product from customer point of view and his likes and dislikes. Ability and willingness to understand your customers and their behavior. Listening skill is more important because first you have to understand the customer, then you should be understood. First understand before you expect to be understood. Negotiation skills. Naturally, some customers are in the habit of bargaining, so you should have these negotiation skills to convince him to buy your product. Communication skills. Accepting that loko bhinna ruchi. The different people have got different likes and dislikes. So naturally, you should have a variety of products to meet the requirement likes of every customers. And you should have knowledge about consumer psychology. The biggest trait is passion for fashion. If you are not having any passion for your own profession, you will not be successful. You should be so passionate that people should call you mad about your fashion, your career. Creativity, especially in the field of fashion designer, this is must. What new thing you can do for your product to attract the customers. You can go for imitation or improvement in the product or innovation in product. So you can make some improvement in the existing product or you can design altogether new product. You should know the art of customer relationship management. You should have belief in variety is the spice of life. Customer database management. Updation of new developments in fashion industry. You should subscribe to some fashion magazines. You should get emails from them. Attractive and pleasing personality. You have to groom your personality. So whatever personality God has given to you, but you can make it presentable and attractive by following certain techniques. Appropriate dress sense and body language. You may like particular dress when you are in a shop. So different people comes. So your dress should be appealing to variety of people, not just yourself. And your body language should be appropriate. It should show that you are eager to serve the customer. You are happy to see the customers. You should have the ability to attract and retain the customers. Ability to use social media for networking. Eye for minute details. Ability to identify and evaluate the competition. To learn new things every day. So learning is a lifelong process. Basic knowledge about personal selling and promotion. Willingness to accept reasonable profit. That is the most important thing. You should earn reasonable profit to every customer so that customer will come back to you again. If you are the customer and make good profit on one transaction, next time will not. Willingness to experiment. But some of your experiments may fail. Take the risk. You should shun the fear of failure. You should not have fear of failure. Only when you fail 10 times, 11 times your design can be successful. Skills to do ABC analysis of customers. For segmentation, you should be able to segment the customer like student customer, women customer, working women customers, rural customers, urban customers. That segmentation you should be able to do because the customers of different segments have got different expectations. You should have the knowledge about rights of the customers, knowledge about your duties as a seller, commitment to quality, concern for long-term relations with the customers. So you should aim for long-term customer relation with customer. Once the customer is a beginning, relationship as a beginning but not an end. So when you say creativity, just one example here, hanger is used to write the word fashion. So hanger is related to fashion design. Clothes are hung on the hanger. Naturally, you can use a hanger to make your logo, fashion. So this can be just one example so that you can use the product in such a way that it will denote your fashion design business. What you can do to improve customer service? Training and motivation to staff, computerization, delegation of authority, customer service to know the feedback, customer education, communication with customer through emails or SMSs, looking at problem from customer point of view, customer given projects through customer service cells, data bank about customers, greeting the customers on birthdays, etc. So in a speech in South Africa in 1890, Mahatma Gandhi said this: a customer is the most important visitor on our premises. He said it in 1890, 130 years ago. Okay? So customer service is always important. In the past it was important, now it is important, in the future also it will be more important. A customer is the most important visitor on our premises. He is not dependent on us, we are dependent on him. He is not an interruption of our work, he is the purpose of it. He is not an outsider of our business, he is a part of it. So customers are practically a partners in our business. We get profit from him, he gets product he wants. That is a mutual benefit is there, mutual exchange system is there. We are able to satisfy each other's need. We are not doing him a favor by serving him. He is doing us a favor by giving us an opportunity to do so. So this statement by Mahatma Gandhi highlights the importance of customer service. So this is about my presentation. If you want to ask anything, our website is there, SIFT website, www.sift.org. You can go to the website of the Suridatta. You can contact our HOD Renuka Guspurkar for further details. Thank you very much.